Hi, it's James Steinhubel with TVU. I'm on the sports channel, and I've got with me today Beaux Engelbert, a Columbia University rugby team player and a former cadre for the Go Ruck Challenge. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. And yourself?
Very well, very well. So, this is the first time that you've been on TVU and Radio U with us. Just maybe give the viewers and listeners a little bit of background of who you are, and so they can get appreciation of what we're going to talk about.
My name is Beaux Engelbert. I'm a former Force Reconnaissance Marine, which is Marine Corps Special Operations, United States government. I helped start and found the Go Ruck Challenge as an event where we kind of we call it building better Americans, but we also sell backpacks and different types of gear. And the concept of it is to kind of bridge the gap between civilian and military culture, and pretty much put people through a day of the life and how to elevate people to what they thought their perceived limits were and how to push past them, through team building events. It's like embracing the suffering with a smile, or different little buzzwords you could say, but it's all very, very true.
Excellent. So then, obviously, you're sitting in your own personal gym, and
Yeah.
you're obviously very fit. So let's go back to these times, when you're in the Go Ruck Challenge. What kind of training did you put yourself through?
Well, for me, I was digging back because I was, as an instructor, I just went back to my own military training, and when I was a reconnaissance Marine, when we were going through that pipeline, it's just inventive ways to make people be in pain. I was also an instructor at the schoolhouse in Coronado, where they also train Navy SEALs as well. So basically, just what you do is you get a backpack, you throw a bunch of weight on the back, and then you work as a team. And then I would just figure out different ways to make my people suffer, but at the same time, give them mission and purpose to follow through and to carry this heavy log or this book bag with some sort of story that would drive the mission, and then I'd wrap it all up with a nice little bow, sorry for the double entendre, but just trying to make people just realize the brotherhood, camaraderie, teamwork, and just what it is to be an American. Because in my mind, it's people call us fat and stupid, but we kicked butt in the Olympics and we landed on Mars. In my opinion, there's Americans born in every country around the world where they not to get a chance to come home, because there's no common race or culture or creed, well, not creed, but the race and religion and all that stuff just doesn't matter when you embrace the ideas of, like universal brotherhood. And that's what Americans are to me. Even my neighbors to the north and south, in every direction.
That's awesome. So then, where'd you guys have these events? What was the most memorable one? And maybe pick out a couple characters, and you don't have to give their real names, but things that are meaningful to you.
Well, we've done events in countries all over the world and cities through across America. I mean, right now we've obviously canceled all our current and upcoming events, but I've done several challenges in Toronto and out in Vancouver as well. And one thing I really liked about the one in Vancouver, there was this little BMX skate park that I kind of stumbled across. And then I had people fill up these water balloons, and we did a little war game, running around with the backpacks on, throwing water balloons at each other in the BMX park, which that was something that was memorable.
That's awesome. Now I want to get to this study. And this was done. I'm going to move the pages. You won't be able to see it, so I can read it. This was done by the City University of New York, and the academic was Ua Opala. And when we get down to this page here, there's some very interesting things here. Hold on, let me get to it. Okay. So what Ula is saying is that the people that are involved at this kind of level of fitness and this level of activity, there's radically reduced incidences of cardiovascular disease, obesity, and dying early. So outside of accidents or professional things that happen to people where they pass away, Do you see that? Do you see people that, less heart disease, less obesity, and less people dying early that get involved with Go Ruck and similar kind of activities?
Well, the Go Ruck was more of an extension of the special operations training. It's like the special operations bringing our training, giving it to civilians or selling it really to civilians. But I would say that the men that I served with, as a reconnaissance Marine, and also with the different other special operations groups that I've worked with, they're all like professional caliber athletes, but are what we focus on is war, and the way I could say it, yeah, if you look at any special operations warrior, well into their 40s and 50s, they are still as fit as young men. Now, I have heard that there are certain fallouts because of the way that we've taxed our bodies over time. And I think one of it is just like a low T count as we get older, even though we look really fit, but it's almost like the way we've taxed ourselves, like we grow and have like a bigger mass and size, but it wears us down in different ways. But in terms of just like overall physicality, strength, endurance, yeah, I'm 36 years old and I'm playing collegiate rugby at the same level as 22-year-olds. So I have my advantages.
Yes. There's also other elements here that are of interest. This level of activity also decreases tension, anger, anxiety, and depressive systems or symptoms. Have you seen that the people that are at this level of fitness, that they're more chill, they can take change better, and that they're able to handle long-term routine better?
There's elements of what you see that I agree with, other things not so much. Being at peace, I think that comes with mastering any sort of level of skill and gives you a sense of confidence about yourself. And so that already puts you at ease when you know that you are, the top shot at whatever it is you've decided to master. But for me, in terms of like long-term, not like the way you phrase that last part, the long-term plans or whatever.
Yeah. Be able to handle long-term routine, because depression usually is people subject to routine that they can't handle, right? So
I hear what you're saying, but to be honest, I think the way me and a lot of my friends battle with that is just kind of thrill-seeking adventures or something. Like that's the one thing about like the obstacle course racer types. They're the guys who are like too tough to play golf. So they want to go do a physical challenge that's above and beyond. And sometimes it's but with the people in the Go Ruck Challenge, they're going out there not to run in a certain time or to stand on the podium. They're doing it to like see how they're going to be challenged in a way that's unknown and scary. And I would say just by peppering in an event like that into your life, it gives you a goal to train for, to prepare for, and then you don't even know what your dragon's going to be. And the thing that might make you, stutter step and feel difficult that you're going to need your team to pull you through may be different for somebody else. And that's one of the values of the teamwork of the team events that Go Ruck offers. You can't do it by yourself. You have to do it with your team, and you rely on each other at different times to get yourselves through the experience.
That's good. And the last thing that the academic talks about is that it increases well-being, positive mood, and self-esteem, and reduces the negative effect of life. So, do you see that with this kind of output and focus and challenge in your life?
Well, I think overcoming any difficult thing is it helps give you engaged perspective. Like before I went into the Marine reconnaissance or force reconnaissance community, I was a regular infantryman, and I fought in Fallujah and in Ramadi. And it's like when I was going through that training for my special operations, like certification or to graduate the course that I was in, it's looking back at something that was like no matter how bad it was in the school, it wasn't as bad as when I was in Fallujah, you know. So it's like after you've kind of been through something that was incredibly difficult and you have to train for, and then you pass. It's like when you now face a new project at work that can surprise you or set you off guard or get you off guard. It's like you could realize I've been through something difficult before. You have those past experiences to draw from to at least help you get your equilibrium and then being able to attack it from a different perspective.
That's good. That's good. So now here we are, you know, we're in this COVID reality, and people, you know, their routines have been, life has been turned upside down and ended for many. The ways of life have been tipped upside down. People's routines have been shattered. Their expectation of what's happening next is gone. Many people are panicked, you know, and is there anything, and they might be not running down the street, maybe some are, you know, and they're quietly desperate, but it's rising. Any words of, you know, encouragement or insight from the depth of training and experience and, you know, life power that you have that you could share?
Well, one is just be prepared. Like if you were caught totally off guard, just slowly stock up supplies and water. Like every time I finish a gallon of water, I clean it out. Not of water, of milk, clean it out, and then I have an extra gallon of water. Like I want to make sure I'm slowly bringing my stockpile of supplies up, so that way if things do kind of shut down for an extended period of time, or there is a hiccup in the system, I could last a few more months that where there isn't a need for me to rush any which way. You know, I actually got caught off guard by this virus entirely. I flew into Oklahoma because I was going to pick up my 2 children and take them to Colorado to go skiing. When I landed, it's this like cancel culture got out of control. The NBA, the NCAA tournament, they closed down the borders to Europe. And then I was stuck in a state where the only network is my ex-wife. So I'm not exactly going to go bunk with them. I don't think her new husband would appreciate that. Yeah. So I bought firearms, got supplies, a place to live, you know, and within a week I kind of just started buying, you know, like canned goods and tuna fish packets. And it's like it wasn't until I was having a plan and actually and looking at myself to defend for myself and my children longer term is what helped really balance me out and feel comfortable and confident. I'm not afraid of the COVID virus. I'm afraid of a little bit of civil unrest, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, that's awesome. Wise advice. Anything else at this time that you would like to share with the viewers and listeners, and anything else in there that you might want to say?
I mean, just take care. God bless. You know, you know, I don't really know what to say. I guess go Raptors. I mean, you guys are the reigning champs from now until the end of time. You know,
that's like, you never know. You never know. You never know. Awesome. We've been with Beaux Engelbert, former cadre of the Go Ruck Challenge, Columbia University rugby player, and proud American and generous North American. Thank you for sharing your time with us today, sir. We'll talk to you again soon.
Take care.